Yes, and I suppose you can see why, Alex, given that she's yet to win a race. But as we were saying before racing, she's run well in the highest of class on many occasions, and she certainly deserves to be favourite. I would probably take her on, though. I think Know It All can really serve it up to So Wonderful here. She didn't get the rub of the green in that classic trial here on her seasonal debut, but she wasn't alone there. Celestial Object, who's in today's field as well, was another one that got pretty much wiped out that day. And in the circumstances, you can forget about Celestial Object's finishing position, but Know It All ran really well, I thought, to finish within a length and a half of the winner, Love Locket, a stablemate of today's favourite, So Wonderful. And I did try and get Johnny Murtagh to come on and just have a quick chat with us before the race, but he said he's going to hold fire and hope that he'll maybe be speaking to us after the race. And what he did say was that Know It All, they're going to ride her much closer to the pace this time. Try and sit in the box seat from stall one if at all possible. And Ben Cohen, who's going well himself, has the reins this afternoon. The official figures, well, she's got a rating of 101. So Wonderful's rated 108. So that gives you an idea that Know It All does have a fair bit of improvement to make to get up to the favourites level. But she's only had half as many starts. She's run 5 times compared to So Wonderful's 10. And the handicapper seemed to think she ran near to her best on that seasonal debut, left her on 101, and you would imagine with that run banked away that there will be a bit more to come from Know It All today. She ran very well in the Group 3 Park Stakes at the Curragh back in the autumn, when third to New York Girl, looked all over the winner that day, but just got collared and relegated to third in the last half furlong. Generally speaking, she was pretty progressive. Certainly won't have any problem with the bit of rain that we've had here at Leopardstown today. And I don't think the mile will be any problem to her whatsoever either. Redenza's been a bit of a springer too. She was in the mix for the Irish 1,000 guineas. Ultimately missed that engagement. Won her maiden here over 7 last autumn, beating Tasalka and Mythic, which is certainly not bad form. And she'll appreciate going a mile and most likely a bit further in time. Seems to be quite good vibes about her, though, for a return to action today. And outside of that trio, well, Dermot Wells, Emma Grace, also worth mentioning, following a 4th place finish here in a Group 3 on her return to the fray, back down in distance today to the trip. She won her maiden over here back in October. She'll be one of the last. Let's go to Jerry Hanna for the Derrinstown Stud Filly Stakes.
Ready. They're off. The 9 fillies break in this, the Derrinstown Stud Filly Stakes, Group 3 over a mile, and disputing the lead. So Wonderful, the first to show with Schroeder's Mistake. On the outside is Celestial Object as they race the end of the first furlong. So Wonderful, Schroeder's Mistake, followed by Celestial Object, and then comes Redenza. Know It All is on the inside of Tango in the Blue Cap, and Apricot Moon is on the outside of Amma Grace. At the rear of the field, less than 3/4 of a mile to go, is Fair Croix. Tightly grouped, Schroeder's Mistake has just moved a place in front of So Wonderful, and then Celestial Object races a length back in third with Know It All on the inside of Redenza. Amma Grace, Apricot Moon, Tango's in the Blue Cap. Back marker is Fair Croix. Heading past the ford, the halfway stage in the Derrinstown Stud Filly Stakes, and little to choose between Schroeder's Mistake, Billy Lee on the outside of So Wonderful and Shamie Heffernan. Close behind them in third, Celestial Object and Shane Foley, with Know It All tracking them in fourth. Apricot Moon has improved a bit on the outside of Amma Grace, then Redenza, Tango and Fair Croix remains last of the 9. Round the home turn they come with just over 2 to go. Schroeder's Mistake on the rail is So Wonderful, then Celestial Object and Know It All, and then comes Amma Grace. Redenza runs on ahead of Tango as they begin the run to the final furlong, and Know It All and Ben Cohn strike the front. Racing towards the final 150 yards, it's Know It All clearing away from Celestial Object. Redenza, So Wonderful can't go with them, and then Amma Grace and Schroeder's Mistake, but Know It All wins in good style by 3. Celestial Object second, Redenza in third, fourth was Amma Grace.
Well, whereas last time things didn't pan out for Know It All. That has gone like absolute clockwork today. She's landed this Group 3 in terrific fashion to continue the devastating form of Johnny Murtagh. Ben Cohen riding a big winner here in the Qatar Bloodstock Qatar Racing Limited Silks. And So Wonderful proving a disappointing favourite today. Doesn't look as though she's run a race from the stalls. Winner comes away well, but you can see Shamie Heffernan very keen to get to the front on So Wonderful, bustles her up to lead. Schroeder's Mistake also going forward, and just in behind those we had Celestial Object and the eventual winner, Know It All, Celestial Object, who never got a chance to show what she could do in that race here last time either, and has performed really well today without any excuses. But Johnny told us beforehand the plan was to sit in the box seat from stall 1, just track the pace, and the only slightly anxious moment comes up maybe going into that home turn, whether the gap is going to open for Ben Cohen. But as we'll see, it parts beautifully for him. And from that point on, this lovely big filly quickly puts daylight between herself and her rivals. Schroeder's Mistake showing up well for a long way here for Ken Condon, horse who won a maiden last season at Fairyhouse over 6 furlongs. Seemed to just have her limitations exposed after that, but she's put in a decent effort here. Another one who ran in the trial race here last time, finished 8th on that occasion. Certainly more races to be won with her. But this was the moment where Ben Cohen just needed the gap to open, and as I say, there it was between Celestial Object and Schroeder's Mistake, and away she goes. And you can see there she fairly dwarfs her rival. Celestial Object's quite a small filly, and Know It All really does look almost twice the size of her there. Celestial Object won a smashing race in second. Redenza maybe just needed the run in the end. Thought she could be a big factor just off the turn, and thought maybe she was coming to throw down a bit of a challenge to Know It All without ever looking like getting to her, but just flattened out in that last furlong or so. And I'd say it could be a case of that run just advancing her fitness wise. But the winner was the best horse on the day. All ends up here. Know It All, another one for Johnny Murtagh.
And a Group 3 as well, having knocked on the door at this level before. She's really versatile, isn't she? Fast ground, soft ground. She's got it all.